It's Saturday morning, the 14th of November 2015, and we've started our road trip to the Hunter Valley Wineries. Our first stop is the Byron Bay Lighthouse. We make our way through Lawson Street, the main hub of the town. We'll come back here for a look after the lighthouse. Lawson Street leads straight up to Lighthouse Road, so we started to climb to the top. The parking spaces here are free, but it's a bit of a walk to the top. Or you can try one of these few spaces on the left here. If you want to get as close as possible to the lighthouse, you can pay this man $8 and hope he has a space available and have a minimal walk. The lighthouse was completed in 1901 and is the most powerful in Australia. It's also a great place to watch whales from, hence the binoculars. The ground floor has memorabilia, photos and artefacts used when they were actual lighthouse keepers. We wanted to go to the top, but the staff would have had to close the museum and take a limited number of people up there, and we didn't want to wait around. This photo taken from the lighthouse shows a 3.7 kilometre walk that you can take that loops you around back to the lighthouse. Don't try flying drones here. Australia law doesn't allow it. These guys were told to leave, but it was fun to watch though. These cottages were the lighthouse keepers' residences until 1989, when everything became automated and the last keeper left. The cottage in the distance is actually a duplex, both with 3 bedrooms, and can be rented for vacations. We say goodbye to the lighthouse now and driving back to town for a quick look at the shops and have some lunch. Goodbye, little Byron Bay. We're on to our next stop, which is only 20 minutes further south from here. Driving along the Pacific Highway, you'll see a 6.5 metre knight. He welcomes you to the Macadamia Castle, which has been there since 1975. We stopped for a quick look, but it has a cafe, a gift shop, animal park and mini golf, but we just wanted to see the goodies. There's me drooling over macadamia nuts and all sorts of yummy things to eat. It doesn't cost to get into the cafe or gift shop, but the rest is $21 for adults and $15 for kids. "25 minutes further south in Broadwater, there's a beautiful old church built in the 1930s. That was turned into a cafe in 2012. We actually didn't go inside, but we're so captivated by the exterior, we wanted to get some film. Inside, it's a combination of a cafe and Australian pottery gallery of mainly 50s, 60s and 70s pottery and ceramics. We leave our Daily Bread Cafe and continue south through Broadwater. Cross over the Clarence River. And go through South Grafton. We were approaching Corindai Beach when the rain got really hard. We pulled into a cul-de-sac called Casson Close until it eased up a bit. When you see that yellow banana in your view, you know you're close to your destination for today. We arrive in Coffs Harbour for our first night's accommodation. Saturday comes to an end. Our aim today was to get to Port Macquarie, but we couldn't leave Coffs without breakfast at the Big Banana. The Big Banana is a lot more than it used to be. It has laser tag, an ice skating rink, toboggan ride, 36-hole mini golf course and a water theme park. The Big Banana officially turned 50 on December 22nd, 2014, hence the big anniversary signage out front. We leave the Big Banana and head up the highway to visit the Sealy Lookout and the Forest Sky Pier. We've never seen it before, but it looked great on the TripAdvisor. It's just a 10-minute drive up through the rainforest and banana plantations to reach the lookout. The Forest Sky Pier gives amazing views from the mountains to the Coffs Harbour coastline. The pier extends 21 metres out from the lookout and stands 15 metres above the forest floor. The boards you see here help you identify the different landmarks in all directions. We head back down the mountain now and set off on a non-stop course to Port Macquarie. We cross the Kalang River and through the town of Urunga. Then over the Nambucca River and through Maxville. Over the Hastings River, and on the other side we take a left into Hastings River Road, straight onto Port Macquarie. Arriving in Port Macquarie, we head straight to the Ridges Hotel. That's where we're going to spend the next 2 nights. It's a beautiful Monday morning and we leave the hotel to head up to the Tacking Point Lighthouse, only about a 10 minutes drive. In the mid-1800s there were no lights in this area and about 20 ships were shipwrecked, so this was built in 1879 to fix the problem. It's Australia's 3rd oldest lighthouse and had a lighthouse keeper until 1920, and then it became fully automated. That beautiful beach is called Lighthouse Beach. The concrete slabs in the foreground are all that remains of the lighthouse keeper's cottage, abandoned in 1920. We say goodbye to the lighthouse and head west now for about 20 minutes. We're going to the zoo, Billabong Zoo. It has a good range of attractions and costs $26.50 adult and $15 for kids. Like everything we found in Port Macquarie, its focus is on cuddly koalas. The penguin show was great. For an extra $20 you can actually go inside and get better photos, but we didn't. Oh, I love this little guy. Kept thinking about that insurance ad on TV. About 10 minutes away from the zoo, we went to our first winery. This was called the Innes Vineyard. Although it's not really geared for wine tasting, it's more known for its restaurant. The grounds were beautiful. What this estate specialises in on their website are weddings and group functions. The grounds are really made for that. The name of the cafe itself is known as the Little Fish Cafe. Not very far away, we dropped in to see the Port Macquarie Kingdom Hall, one of many we're going to see on this trip. We're now entering Roto House, a Victorian red mahogany house built in 1871. It was built by John Flynn, a surveyor. The last of his family died in 1979, and it's now cared for by the National Parks and Wildlife Service. The volunteers they have staffing the property are amazing, and they give you the whole story about the family. Since 1975, the Koala Hospital, which is right behind Roto House, has provided a shelter for koalas and is one of the leading koala recovery and rehabilitation centres in Australia. Between 200 and 250 koalas are admitted through the hospital annually. Apart from chlamydia, motor vehicle accidents and dog attacks are the most common causes of injuries treated here. We went back to the hotel for a break. Then in the late afternoon we took a walk along the waterfront of the Hastings River. These guys can be found everywhere in Port Macquarie in all sorts of designs. And as the sun sets, we say farewell to Monday. Tuesday morning, and we're leaving Port Macquarie with our final destination for today being Pokolbin in the Hunter Valley. But on the way we take a quick detour and add the Taree Brothers Kingdom Hall to our photo collection for the trip. This hall is used by both the Taree and Wingham congregations. Back on the road again, and we take a left into Manning River Drive and over the Manning River to join back up with the Pacific Highway. We found Elvis at a petrol station, but we couldn't touch him or he would have to leave the building, as the sign said. Our next detour was Williamtown with an aircraft museum called Fighter World. It was really worth the detour. They have 2 hangars you can walk around in. You can touch and look into the cockpits of aircrafts like Mirage, Sabre, the Gloucester Meteor and the F-111. Admission price is $15 for adults and $10 for kids. In the main hangar they have a F-111, in the middle a Mirage, and on the right a Sabre and a Gloucester Meteor. 2 of the planes you can actually sit in the cockpit. One's a Mirage Interceptor and the other one's a Mackie. Although it doesn't look like it, it's only the cockpit, not the whole plane. In the second hangar they have World War II replicas of 2 Spitfires and a Messerschmitt 109. All three are made from fiberglass in fine detail. Out the back of the hangar you can go upstairs to a viewing area and watch the F-18s taking off from the RAAF airbase if you're there at the right time. The Gloucester Meteor was constructed back in 1953, while the Mirage 3 on the left was from 1964. We leave Fighter World now and head towards Raymond Terrace, another Kingdom Hall to add to our collection. We leave Raymond Terrace now and go over the Hunter River, then we head towards Cessnock. We're driving along Lovedale Road and we come to Wine Country Drive. We take a right, then driving along we see our first sign for Pokolbin, then we take a left into Broke Road. We finally arrive at Pokolbin Village. We'll spend the next 2 nights exploring the wineries. Pokolbin Village is more than just accommodation. It has a village atmosphere. It has a restaurant and specialty shops. And as the camera pans around to our room right at the end, Tuesday ends for us and we get ready for another day of wineries tomorrow. First up this morning we went to the Cessnock Kingdom Hall. This hall is used by both the Cessnock and Kurri Kurri congregations. 10 minutes from the Kingdom Hall we arrive at our first winery of the day, Lindemans, a well-known brand to everybody. It started here way back in 1843. Five minutes down McDonald's Road from Lindemans, we pull into the Roche Estate. The Roche Estate is one of the wineries that hosts music concerts. Many have played here. The week before our visit, Neil Diamond played. This winery has an impressive array of outlets such as the Cellar Door, the Smelly Cheese Shop, Goldfish Hunter Valley Bar, and the Ushi, an Asian-themed restaurant. I love these wine carrying bags. My favourite shop, the Smelly Cheese Shop. I also picked up some nice jams. Our next stop was the Peppers Creek Village. Their website says, "Welcome to the prettiest village in the Hunter Valley," and we think they're right. This shop is called the Australian Alpaca Barn. It specialises in Australian, New Zealand and Peruvian alpaca products. The cafe here is called Cafe Enzo. It's beautiful inside and out. Even our drinks were delivered on children's storybooks. Next stop was the mill, but we found it a little bit empty. Thomas Wines was no longer there and the dairy place wasn't open. The only place that was open was the restaurant. Right across the road we found the Matilda Bay Brewhouse. It incorporated Hermitage Road cellars and the Garce dessert bar, but this place was more about beer. Leaving Hermitage Road Cellars, we drive 5 minutes down the road to Oakvale Wines. Oakvale has been here since 1893. It's another winery that's really well presented. Leaving Oakvale, we go somewhere a little bit different. If you're looking for nice surroundings, you're not going to get it here. You'll get an oversized tin shed. Hunter Distillery produces spirits, vodkas, liqueurs, schnapps and gin. Their schnapps is what we're after. You can't buy it in shops, only here and online. As it was across the road from our accommodation, we decided to do a drive-by of the Hope Estate, one of the big name players down here. Part of the reason for that is that they hold big name concerts here. 4 days before this, Fleetwood Mac played here, and they were getting ready for Elton John in just over 2 weeks' time. This used to be called the Rothbury Estate, and in 2006 Michael Hope bought it and moved his winery to here. We head back now to our accommodation. We're going to need a big rest after that winery tour. Thursday morning, and you can't leave the Hunter Valley without visiting the Hunter Valley Gardens. 3 times winner of the best significant tourist attraction in New South Wales. It's in the Hall of Fame too. As well as the gardens, there's a whole village of specialty stores. But most don't open till 10 o'clock, so we had breakfast at the cafe first. This garden part is called the Sunken Garden, with beautiful waterfalls. This is the little Indian mosaic garden. This is the border garden. Here is Storybook Garden. This is the Oriental Garden, which looks across to a little Italian grotto. The train driver was originally singing a Dean Martin song, but when he saw Gary's Graceland t-shirt, he changed into an Elvis song, so that was the joke. We made one more stop at Peterson House. It specialises in sparkling wines, and we heard about the beautiful rose gardens they have. We leave the wine region now and head towards Maitland, with our final goal today being Nelson's Bay. But first, you guessed it, another Kingdom Hall. Heading along Nelson Bay Road, we had a pit stop before continuing on to Nelson's Bay. We take another detour here onto Marsh Road, where you'll find the Kingdom Hall for the Nelson Bay brothers. Whoopsie, wrong driveway. Continuing along Nelson Bay Road, we finally hit the waterfront. We end up staying at the Nelson Towers right here in front of us. The room was not great, but it had easy access to everything we wanted to see. The view from the rooftop was beautiful, with the marina and the shops. We took a late afternoon walk to explore the Marina Boardwalk and grab some dinner. Tambo Queen Cruises offer dolphin and whale watching cruises throughout the Port Stephens area. And as the sun starts to set, we say goodbye to Thursday. It's a sunny Friday morning and we leave our motel and head along Victoria Parade, destination Nelson Head Lighthouse Reserve. We head up Lighthouse Road and add a third lighthouse to our collection, and it's not the last. This lighthouse was built in 1872. It was originally powered by 4 kerosene lamps. In 1984, the change to electronic control, like most lighthouses, meant there was no need for a lightkeeper. This building is a working Coastal Patrol radio base, staffed by volunteers. We head back down from the lighthouse and stop at the bottom, which is called Little Beach. We stop briefly to get some film. Travelling back along the Pacific Highway, we turn off onto the Lakes Way, destination Seal Rocks, and it's really off the beaten track lighthouse. Driving along Kinka Road, you'll reach a parking area. This is as far as you can go by car. From here it's a 400-metre walk. Even though it's usually called Seal Rocks Lighthouse, its official name is Sugarloaf Point Lighthouse. As you walk the track, there are impressive ocean rock formations to be seen. At the end of the track you'll see the original head keeper's cottage and 2 semi-detached assistant keeper's cottages built in 1875. You can rent these for vacations. The head keeper's cottage on the right costs $600 a night and the assistant keeper's on the left $450, depending on the seasons. To reach the lighthouse there's a steep climb via this paved sloped walkway. It's really hard going. The views from the top of the lighthouse are well worth it. They're beautiful. Seals Rocks was named after the Australian fur seals that were often seen on the rocks near the lighthouse. Heading back down, we stopped briefly at Boat Beach. We passed it on the way up, but we want to have another look. Back on the road we arrive in Forster and make the Kingdom Hall our first stop. This road is called Pioneer Road. Funny, hey? 2 congregations use this hall, Tuncurry and Forster. We head to our motel for the night and drop off our bags, then we head out again. Our first stop was to have a look at Forster's main beach. Yes, it is Forster, not Forster, even though it's spelt that way. Main Beach incorporates Forster Ocean Baths, also known as the Bull Ring. It's been there since 1936 and closes once every month for emptying and cleaning. We then went to Bennett's Head Lookout. This lookout has become famous since 2012, when one couple placed a love lock here after they were married, and now the collection has grown. The Forster Marina is a beautiful place to visit in the late afternoon. You can hire these boats and go out exploring in the many waterways here. We make our way back now to our motel, following the water and making our last stop for McDonald's, a quick dinner. Saturday morning and we leave the Best Western, a great place to stay. We make our way out of Forster and over the bridge to its sister town, Tuncurry. We take the Nancy Bird Walton Drive exit off the highway for a quick look at the Kendall Congregation Kingdom Hall in the town of Kew. Back onto the highway and off again. We stop by the Wauchope Kingdom Hall. We leave Wauchope and head back up the highway at warp speed to the Maxville Hall. This Kingdom Hall is used by Maxville and Nambucca Heads congregations. This is our 10th and final Kingdom Hall of the trip. Heading out of Maxville and over the Nambucca River, we make our way to Nambucca Heads. Driving along Ridge Street, we came to what's called Rotary Lookout. Here you can see where the Nambucca River meets the ocean, and down below is the White Albatross Holiday Park with its own tidal lagoon. Just a little further along the road is the Captain Cook's Lookout, giving similar views. From Captain Cook's Lookout, you can also see in the other direction Shelley's Beach. It's not really a swimming beach, hence it's not patrolled, but it's popular with photographers and artists, and you can see why. After staying Saturday night at Coffs Harbour Country Comfort, which we don't recommend, it's warp speed again straight home. The Burpengary sign comes into view and our trip is over.